All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about Jermell Charlo. Yeah, keep running your mouth, keep running your mouth. He has officially been named a champion in the recess, aka the WBC stripped him. And they're allowing Sebastian Fundora versus Boachuk to fight for his old belt. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Some new information has just developed, and it looks like the WBC, they have made a decision to name Jermell Charlo a champion in recess. What exactly does this mean? Jermell Charlo being a champion in recess is basically suggesting that he is no longer a champion and he has been put in this new status, if you will, as champion in recess. So he basically doesn't have his belt. That's basically what the situation is. So I don't know. Things just keep hitting Jermell Charlo. He had his IBF belt and he was forced to vacate that because a mandatory got called. And instead of fighting his mandatory against Bakaram Murtazilov or something like that, he decided to vacate the belt. And we know in taking the Canelo Alvarez, payday, you want payday, I know that Canelo fight also cost him the WBO belt because his mandatory there was none other than Down Under's Tim Tszyu. So because he didn't fight Tszyu and he chose to fight Canelo for that Canelo bag, the WBO stripped him immediately after they read the announcements and walked out Canelo and Tszyu, or Canelo and Charlo, to the ring. And right after that, he was stripped of the title. And Tim Tszyu defended his title versus Brian Mendoza. Now, I like Tim Tszyu. I like what he's doing. I like his recent performances. But sidebar, Tim Tszyu, notice he was never called a email champion like Devin Haney was, like Gervonta Davis, and like Jermell Charlo when Canelo became the franchise champion. I just find that funny. What does Jermell Charlo, Devin Haney, and Gervonta Davis have in common? So these guys get ridiculed for getting their belts. And let's add to that list Jaron Boots Ennis. So let me say it again. Jaron Boots Ennis, Devin Haney, Jermell Charlo, and Gervonta Davis. They all were ridiculed for being email champions. What do they have in common? Riddle me this and let me know in the comment sections. Riddle me this, riddle me that. What do all of those fighters have in common? Because they were definitely roasted for getting their belts in a non-traditional way. Meanwhile, Tim Tszyu from Down Under, he got his belt in the same exact fashion by not fighting Jermell Charlo because of the circumstances, because of the politics, because Jermell Charlo, as I just said, was fighting against Canelo. Payday. Hey, get the pay, right? So that opportunity didn't present itself. And like, you can't be mad at anybody. You can't be mad at Tim Tszyu. He wants his shot. So he don't care if they get stripped. He wants his opportunity at Jermell Charlo. You can't be mad at Jermell Charlo because if this is life-changing money and he's fighting Canelo Alvarez, then honestly, why wouldn't he? Why would Jermell Charlo forego a Canelo paycheck? I get it. I didn't like the fight. He moved up 14 pounds, and then the fight wasn't a great fight. It wasn't a fight that you need to watch again. It was really a boring fight with one-way traffic because of the weight, in my opinion, because of the skills, but also the weight of Canelo Alvarez, more experience in the higher weight classes. So it was a dumb fight, but at the same time, I can't fault the man for looking after his family and doing what's right. And it's just a Canelo bag. Like if someone gets opportunities to fight Prime De La Hoya, Prime Mayweather, Money May, Pacquiao, guys like Canelo, guys, Gervonta Davis, these guys that are at top of the sport at different times, then you can't really fault them for taking that paycheck. Like, because at the same time, they're fighters. They probably think I'm good enough to beat Floyd until you get in the ring with them, and then you see that's not the case, right? You think you're good enough to beat him until it becomes time for you to beat him. So I'm not mad at Jermell Charlo. I'm not mad at Tim Tszyu. It is what it is. But for Jermell Charlo fighting Canelo, he had to pay. So he's basically losing all of his belts. At this point, maybe he has one belt left, and he recently had a run-in with the law, got arrested. I don't know when we can even expect him back if he has potential legal trouble. So definitely a fall from grace for Jermell Charlo. He's had this, kind of back and forth battle ever since losing to Canelo Alvarez, getting arrested, losing all of his belts. He is really like, and then guys like Tim Tszyu's bubbling up. He just got a Keith Thurman fight. You don't think Jermell Charlo would have loved to fight Keith Thurman if he was moving up, right? But at the end of the day, that's how boxing works. And boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport. Jermell Charlo, he didn't rise to the occasion in the Canelo fight. That was his big opportunity. He took the money route, and he came up mad short. That's just what it is. He came up mad short, taking the money route and fighting Canelo and looking the way he did. And then everything else is just a subsequent domino effect after that. So you can't really blame anyone but yourself. That's the only thing is, like, I'm a realistic boxing commentator, but I always keep it real. I just told you I have no problem with the man looking after his family and taking the big sweepstakes to the Pacquiaos, the Mayweathers, the Canelos, the Gervantes, and whoever, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, Hagler, whoever was that dude at that time. That makes sense. But in the same vein, you made your bed, now lie in it. So in the same vein is, if you're willing to take the money route, and then you look how Jermell Charlo looked versus Canelo, you also got to live with those results. So I'm not just saying, oh yeah, just take this fight and then lay an egg, because you taking the money is cool for the financial aspects of it, but it's very bad for your career because obvious reasons. It was a shutout performance. So now you got this bag and you got this money that you could have made throughout several fights, but now you're being stripped from all your belts. You've been potentially inactive, before and after, with legal troubles and things like that. So we'll see what's next for Mr. Lions Only, ringside with the Lions, but he's losing all of his belts. Sebastian Fundora versus Boacek again has been elevated to a full title fight. So Amazon Prime, they're kicking it off in a major way. Tim Tszyu, Keith Thurman, title fight, WBO. You have Rolly, who's I believe, WBA champion, and he's fighting against Cruz, title fight. And now they just elevated Boacek and Fundora, and he's getting a title opportunity. Meanwhile, Jermell Charlo probably got one belt left. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.